tidings, ladies and gentlemen of the lodge, how goes it? Today we are serving up a fresh Kingdom Hearts video for all you sickos and normies who love this series as much as I do. The topic on hand today is one that I know many of us are looking forward to, and that is the prospect that Kairi is going to train under Master Aqua. As I've stated in earlier videos, I think this is one of the most exciting things that lay ahead of us in the future of the series. Specifically, because I think there is quite a lot that Kairi can learn from Aqua, not just in wielding a Keyblade, but in many personal ways as well. There's a lot of contrast between the two ladies in question, and even though they are similar in many ways, they're certainly very different from one another. And I think a lot of what Aqua has gone through, and the wisdom she has gained along the way, could be of great use to Kairi. So without further ado, let's start discussing what Kairi can learn from Aqua. Let's start with Kairi's confidence, or lack thereof. This is one of the aspects where Kairi and Aqua really differ. Not just in their demeanor, but even just listen carefully to their battle quotes. On one hand, you have Aqua, who yells out things like "farewell," showing confidence in her strikes, combos, and abilities.
Hey, farewell!
Kairi, on the other hand, shouts out things like "please work" and "I'll try." Given that Kairi is going to be studying under the wing of Aqua, I'm willing to bet that by the time Aqua is done, Kairi's battle quotes will be much different and will reflect Aqua's level of confidence more so than Kairi's level of confidence in Remind. Next up, let's talk about that between these two ladies, only one of them has had a deep entanglement with the darkness. Yes, Kairi has battled some Heartless and teamed up with Sora to take on Xehanort and Remind, but at no point has Kairi had to confront darkness in the way that Aqua had in her decade of darkness in the realm. Especially now, with all these developments in Union Cross and with darkness being a hive mind collective conscious being, perhaps Aqua can offer some insight for Kairi as to the temptations of darkness and the heavy weight of despair that comes with the entanglement. Let's face it, if Kairi wants to get involved and fight alongside Riku and Sora, she is going to desperately need this insight from Aqua, and I can already see a beautiful scene taking place between the two where Kairi asks about Aqua's Decade of Darkness, leading to a nice and enlightening conversation. Speaking of character-building conversations these two characters can exchange, that leads us to our next point here, which is Kairi's reunion with Sora. As stated before, Aqua spent well over 10 years waiting for a reunion with the people that she loves the most. I can see a moment where Kairi is really missing Sora, or maybe she's being too tough on herself during her training because of her eagerness to assist Riku and Sora. I could see Aqua offering some solace to Kairi, that so long as she never loses hope and never loses heart, then much like in Kingdom Hearts 3, a miraculous reunion between the two will only be a matter of time. Of all the characters in Kingdom Hearts, Aqua is definitely the best one to offer any kind of advice to Kairi when it comes to awaiting a long reunion. But now let's move on to battle tactics and techniques that Kairi can learn from her new master. Aqua's moveset is primarily focused around magic, which in many ways bears similar to Kairi's moveset currently. However, it would be interesting to see Kairi's moveset change between Remind and the future installation. I think a great way to convey the effect that Aqua had on Kairi would be for Kairi to adapt a move or two of hers for her own moveset, and again to have her double down on magic, much like in Aqua's repertoire. There's something else interesting about Aqua's magic that I would love to see adapted by Kairi. Aqua makes mention that she placed a spell on Kairi, one that bounded her to a particular destiny.
I guess it must have worked. The spell that I cast on you. I just cast a magic spell on you. One day when you're in trouble, the light within you will lead you to the light of another. Someone to keep you safe.
Wouldn't it be something else if Kairi could learn the spell, or these type of spells, and to see her bestow similar spells to her fellow guardians, or maybe even one day to a Keyblade wielder whom she will train one day? I guess all I'm saying is it would be great for Kairi to learn how to wield magic outside of a combat sense, much like Aqua can. It's not something we see very often in Kingdom Hearts, but I think as a Princess of Heart, having the ability to cast these bond spells would be very fitting for a character like Kairi's. Now, before we wrap this up, there is one last trait that I feel Kairi could really learn from Aqua, and that's independence. Aqua, for better or worse, is one of the more independent characters among the cast of Kingdom Hearts. She takes a lot of pride in her abilities and values being able to handle things on her own and take initiative. When it came to storing Ven and choosing to save Terra, for example, these were decisions Aqua arrived at independently. She showed an innate ability to think quickly on her feet. If Kairi is really going to make her way to Quadratum, it's going to require making and embodying the sort of independence that Aqua portrays. I'm not saying that Kairi should just suddenly start embodying everything that Aqua is, but I'd like to see her admiration of Aqua reflected in her future behavior. The prospect of Aqua training Kairi leaves us with endless possibilities. It's quite clear that from Kingdom Hearts 3 all the way to Melody of Memory, that Kairi is starting to get pushed towards the center stage of the series, and it's about time. But commanding this stage can be quite a tall order, especially for characters like Kairi, who typically are a little more timid or lacking in confidence. However, with Kairi studying under Aqua's wing, it's very possible that the Kairi that will stand before us in due time will be able to command that stage with ease. At least, that's what we're hoping for anyway. But what do all of you think? Do you think Kairi will inherit some of these character traits from Aqua? Do you think her moveset will be even more magic focused, and that Aqua might show her a thing or two about other kinds of spells? Will Kairi be able to embody the independence like her master? Let me know. But that's all I'm gonna have for you all today. Thank you very much for tuning in. I've got love for every single one of you, the sickos and the normies. But that's all I've got. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see all of you beautiful, fantastic, amazing sickos and normies next time.